Yeah, they come from the 1,000 metre marker. Chamaso slow 2 lengths along with Rock Emblem. Great STOHVANEN right on the inside began smartly the left-hand side. Juniper Lane, orange and blue silks going to pace it with them. Man of Action looms large, the red cap. Binary Star, one off the outside. Then we drop back to Enzo. Double Espresso, tucked up 2 lengths off them, red sleeves and cap. Cosmic Cutters further back in the running. Krishni's Jet with about 5 to hunt down. Great STOHVANEN coming to the final 400. Juniper Lane looks to apply pressure. Double Espresso towards the inside. Cosmic Cutter, Rock Emblem. But it's Great STOHVANEN clear a length and a half. On the grandstand side, Binary Stars running on. Then Man of Action. Great STOHVANEN and Lyle Hudson going great guns over the last 100. And Great STOHVANEN, Bullseye will win by 2.5. Double Espresso second. Man of Action, Binary Star and Krishni's Jet. Well, today is going to be Great STOHVANEN's payday. For the Van Gens, the Gold Star stud, 100,000 Rand buy. Back in maiden company, took on winners last time when running second to What a Captain. And goes great guns inside the distance. Double Espresso, Man of Action and Binary Star. Taking home checks, and then Krishni's Jet running on at the death. 300 out, and Great STOHVANEN started to build up. Juniper Lane tried to apply pressure. Krishni's Jet, Cosmic Cutter, Binary Star, but it's all about Great STOHVANEN, number 3. Double Espresso towards the inside. On the outside, Binary Star and Man of Action, but it's all number 3. Great STOHVANEN to the winner's enclosure. Lyle Hudson, Mark Dixon, the Judd Pot, back to the studio.
Great STOHVANEN has come through to win for trainer Mark Dixon and Lyle Lutsen. Nice to meet the owner as well, Mr. Francois Kent. Well done to the breeders, Gold Star Stud. And I think well done to Mark's son as well for doing the work riding back home and also prepping the horse last time out. Just had a chuckle with him there, Lyle, because I remember him, he was a light here. He used to come to races with his bow tie and everything, but he seems to still enjoy the horses, and he was unlucky in that work riders race, but he set it up nicely for you.
Yes, I just want to echo what you said. Well done to him. You know, he does a lot of work back home for his old man, and I saw this morning he was everywhere else too. So it's just great to see someone with so much passion. He was about my size a few years back when we both weren't riding yet, and we were just in the jockey room. And you know, I've gone on to be a jockey, and I know it would be his dream, but he's probably got more chance of playing lock for the Springboks.
Sure.
But yeah, fantastic that he's still got such a passion for the game, and that he could have a role in this horse's victory today. Just well done to him.
Well, it looked the right type of field. You know, he was looking for a bit of luck. That's the way I put it in my preview. You know, the form is clear to see, and some horses need luck, and he seems to have had it on his side today.
Yes, 100%. You know, he looks like a horse that would probably get a mile in that, but he's just got such natural toe, and when Callum got off last time, it showed that he could go with the 5 furlongs with no problem, never mind just the 6. So kept him in the 5 furlong today, and he's come home well. So I think great training feat to Mr. Dixon. Well done, and thank you very much for this opportunity. And to his patrons, fantastic they could be on course, and thanks for the support.
Okay, one on the board, Lyle. Anything else later on that you like?
I definitely think this is a standout today, and I'm glad he's come through. It just settles the pressure a little bit, and whatever else comes will be a bonus, but I think we'll be knocking.
I want to touch on briefly on a horse like Calabra. You're unbeaten on him, 1 from 1. What's your thoughts against that field?
I really like Calabra. I just don't know how good he is in comparison to what he is on the poly track, you know. But I know he has got the form still to recommend. But if it was the poly, I'd be a touch more confident. However, I think it's just one horse to beat, in my opinion, in Gigi's dynasty. So we'll definitely have a shot.
Well done. One on the board, and all the best for the rest of the afternoon. Nice ride.
Thank you very much. And of course to my sponsors, Adventure, thank you for all the support.
Okay, Lyle Hudson on the board here. Let's get Mark Dixon in. And Mark, I keep going back. I know it doesn't show it in the race car. They only go, what, 2, 4, 6, 7 runs. But I can still remember his debut where he was so unlucky not to make a winning debut.
Yeah, I know. We always thought a lot of him, and he just kind of lost his way at one stage and went sore behind, so we had to throw him out, and just all went a bit pear-shaped. But then we got him back, and I kept saying to Francois, don't worry, this horse will be all right. We put the blinkers on, and he's never looked back, really. And I remember Keegan saying to me, why don't you try the 1,000? I said, are you sure? He's got enough speed. And I was the same as Lyle. I thought he wanted a mile, He's such a big horse, but natural toe, as he says. And you know, he's a special horse in the yard, especially to Callum now for his first ride, and he had a great ride on him. Callum knows him probably better than ever now, and he rode him work the other day on Saturday, his final piece, and he said, "Dad," he says, "I'm sure," he says, this horse can't lose, like a proper jockey, you know. So it's just great to get the win out of the way. And Francois, he works in Somalia. I didn't even know he was going to be here today, so for him to be here is extra special, so it's turned out really well.
It's really nice that, you know, your family has taken to your passion as well. I know Haley's firmly part of the team, your wife. Callum, he's from a young boy, I saw him grow up, and he loves the horses as well.
Yeah, look, it is his passion. It's in his blood, obviously. And obviously, he's a bit too big to be a jockey unless he goes to England and goes over the jumps. But I think he's a bit sensible for that. So, look, he will work with horses, whichever department he goes in. But he's certainly got a passion, and he works really hard. So he deserves to get on in the game.
Anything else left from your side?
That's me. I'm off home to watch Scottsville and Royal Ascot.
Okay, before you even talk about Royal Ascot, let's talk a bit about cricket. I know you love your cricket. You think you guys favourites or India the team to beat?
I think the two teams that stand out really are India and England. New Zealand are a little bit the dark horses, and I just thoroughly enjoyed the game yesterday as well with Bangladesh. I mean, it's
fantastic.
It's turning out to be a great competition.
To chase that total down.
Oh, unbelievable. It's great to watch, good viewing. So. Not too great for our wives while we're watching the cricket, but it's only once every couple of years.
The one thing that I'm a bit baffled about, and I think it could come into play, is these matches where there's rain involved now for the top teams. I mean, the weather could play havoc there, Mark.
Yeah, I know. It's part and parcel of unfortunately, the climate, you know. It's what can you do? That's something we can't control, so it's just down to, well, good luck or bad luck for some teams, you know.
Well, you're a man that knows your cricket, so all the best to England, but well done with this win, more importantly, Mark.
Thanks a lot, Dees.
Lovely. Francois come through all the way from Somalia. I got that in the interview. Welcome, Francois.
Thank you, Dees. Thank you so much.
What brings you? Well, firstly, Mark says that you work in Somalia.
That's correct, Dees. I'm working in Somalia now for about 7 years already. But I came back last week, and when I saw the race, I decided I have to come down to Durban because I'm staying in Pretoria. And this morning when we left Pretoria, I thought that you know, we have a big chance of winning this race. And I want to thank Mark, his wife Hayley, Callum, we do the work riding in the mornings for everybody, the whole stable. It was a great job, and it's a pleasure to own a horse like this.
It must be, because he's paid his way to training.
You know, Hayley was at the auction down in the Cape about 2 years ago, and I was looking for a grey. And in the catalogue, he was actually a bay. So I missed him, but Hayley bid on my behalf on the horse without my knowing. And afterwards, when I checked the catalogue, I see, but this is a grey horse. And I asked Hayley, can you please have a look? And, you know, he's a grandson of Wolf Power.
Yes.
And that's when I saw he's there and he's still up for sale. So Hayley bought him for me, and I'm very happy about it.
Well, did you guys drive down from Pretoria?
This morning, yes, from Pretoria. And it will be a nice drive back to Pretoria.
Well, really nice having you in town, and maybe this horse can go on now that he's got his confidence back. And you know, all the best to yourself, and of course, Great STOHVANEN has done you proud this afternoon.
Thank you, Dees. I'm actually thinking he's bred for much further. So over the sprinting, he's doing good. So maybe he will follow in his granddad Wolf Power's steps, going maybe further, 1600 or so. We never know. And I just want to take this opportunity also to thank my wife at home, and my daughter, also my friends.
What's her name? What's your wife's name?
Audrey. I love you very much. Thank you for supporting me in the horses, and also my daughter. And then all my friends, I still have friends in Somalia, you know, they're all watching today. So I'm happy for that. Also the friends of my group. Thank you so much for supporting and also sharing the horse racing experience with me.
So what the guys are watching now in Somalia, so what we're going to tell them? Great STOHVANEN, your beauty.
Great STOHVANEN, your beauty. You're a star. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you, Francois. Lovely. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay, well done to Francois. Nice interview there. Nice story as well, how this horse was bought. 3, 8, 10 and 6 is the way they cross the line. Race number 3. Up next, it is start of the jackpot, 14, 10, 10 past 2.